My child, my beloved, listen closely. Heaven is opening its gates in this very moment, and God is confirming something powerful for you. A life-changing meeting is set for you this Friday. Yes, this Friday, not next week, not someday in the far future. The heavens have marked the date, the place, and the time. Your soulmate is about to walk into your path. And Archangel Michael says, if they close this message now, they will miss the sign that reveals the exact location. Pause. Why do you feel chills running through your body? Why does your heart beat faster as you read these words? Because your spirit already knew this was coming. Your soul was prepared for this confirmation. God is not just hinting anymore. He is declaring, the one I chose for you is near. The meeting is arranged. The path is aligned. The timing is divine. Beloved child, understand this. The delays you endured were not punishment. The loneliness was not rejection. Every tear you cried, every prayer you whispered every night, you wondered why love seemed far away. It was all divine preparation. God was shaping you for this exact moment. And now the preparation ends. The manifestation begins. Michael says they must stay until the end, because within this message lies the secret clue. The confirmation that will guide them to the meeting place, do you hear that? The heavens are not vague. They are not teasing. They are specific. This Friday is not ordinary. It is a turning point, a holy intersection where two souls destined from birth finally collide. But there is a warning. The enemy knows what is coming. That is why distractions have increased, why doubts have grown stronger. The enemy wants you tired, confused, second-guessing. But heaven says, do not give up now. Stay steady, stay open, stay aware of the signs placed before you. Because what is meant for you is already moving toward you, and nothing can stop what God has set in motion. Do not turn away. Stay alert, because your soul's promise is near. My beloved, let me ask you, why did you stop here on this message? Why couldn't you scroll past? Why do you feel as though this was written with your name carved into it? Because it was. Heaven orchestrated every second so you would not miss this confirmation. This is not accident. This is alignment. And here is what you must know. The soulmate you have been waiting for is not coming by coincidence. This is not random. This is not luck. This is a meeting written before the stars were hung in the sky. Before you were born, God marked this union. He whispered, on this date, in this place, they will meet and destiny will awaken. Good. You are still here. That means your spirit is awake. That means you are ready to receive the rest of the revelation. Michael says the next lines will reveal the hidden truth. If they skip, they lose the clue. If they stay, the veil lifts and the path becomes clear. My beloved child, stay close. The heavens are opening wider as you read, and every word carries you closer to the truth you've been waiting for. God confirms again. This Friday, the meeting happens. The one your soul has cried for, the one your heart has longed for. They will stand before you. Archangel Michael leans near and says, tell them not to take this lightly. Tell them this message is the map. If they skip even one line, they will miss the direction. Do you feel the trembling in your chest? That is not fear. It is recognition. Your spirit remembers the promise spoken long ago. The reason you felt restless these last days, the reason you could not sleep at night, is because the appointed time has arrived. Your soulmate's energy is already drawing closer, like two magnets heaven designed to meet. This is why you are here now, because the heavens refused to let you miss this divine appointment. Beloved, understand this clearly. God does not send a soulmate to fill loneliness. He sends them to fulfill destiny. This union is not just about love. It is about purpose. Together you will carry light. Together you will shake the darkness. Together you will walk into blessings greater than either of you could hold alone. That is why the timing had to be perfect. That is why the delay was necessary. And now heaven says the waiting is finished. Michael's voice grows firm. There will be a sign, a place, a moment. Tell them the clue is near. Tell them their spirit will recognize it when they see it. Do not doubt when it happens. Do not dismiss it as coincidence. You will feel it in your bones. Your eyes will meet, and time itself will pause. The air will change. The world will blur. And only the two of you will remain. That is how you will know it is real. But hear the warning. Before Friday, distractions will come. Voices will rise, pulling your focus. Old wounds may resurface. Even people from your past may suddenly return. Do not be deceived. These are shadows sent to confuse you, to shake your faith, to pull you off course. But heaven says, stay anchored, stay expectant, stay ready. The true one is coming. My child, let me remind you of something. The angels have not been silent. They have been sending you signs already. Have you seen repeating numbers? Have you heard phrases in random places that echo in your heart? Have you felt sudden warmth when you were alone? These were whispers from heaven preparing you for this moment. Your spirit noticed. Now your mind must accept it. Good. You are still here. That means your soul is awake enough to receive the deeper truth. And here it is. The meeting place will not be hidden. It will not be far. It will be familiar. A place where you have been before, but this time it will feel different. Michael says, tell them the atmosphere will shift. Tell them the ordinary will become holy. That is how they will know. Pause, beloved. Do you feel your body respond? The chills, the sudden quiet, the pull to keep reading. That is your spirit confirming this is mine. This is for me. I cannot walk away. Stay for the next lines. Hold what your soul has prayed for. My beloved child, the heavens are pressing closer. Do you feel it? That stirring in your spirit, that gentle weight upon your shoulders, that soft pull in your chest. It is not random. It is the presence of God confirming what your soul already knows. The meeting is set, and it will happen Friday. Archangel Michael says, do not doubt, do not delay. Tell them their spirit is ready, even if their mind is afraid. Beloved, let me ask you this. Why have you been dreaming of faces lately? Why have you been waking in the night with a name, a feeling, or a sense of someone calling? It was not imagination. It was not emptiness. It was preparation. Your soulmate's soul has been whispering across the veil of time, waiting for permission from heaven to step into your life. And now permission has been granted. Michael leans closer. He says, tell them the place is marked. Tell them their steps are being ordered. Tell them not to rush, not to force, not to fear. For when the time comes, their spirit will know. And when you see them, your whole being will recognize what your mind has never seen. This is the divine mystery of love created by God Himself. It is not learned. It is remembered, and you, beloved, are about to remember. But hear me, for heaven warns you. Not everyone around you wants this for you. Some will try to distract you. Some will try to convince you you are wrong, that you are imagining things. Do not listen. The enemy always sends doubt just before destiny arrives. Michael says, stay focused. The blessing is too close to lose. The door is already open, child of light. Understand something important. This union is not about filling an emptiness. It is about multiplying purpose. Your life and their life are threads in a larger tapestry God has been weaving since before you were born. When you meet, things will shift quickly. Doors will open. Energy will change. People around you will feel it. Because when two chosen souls unite, the whole atmosphere bows to the will of heaven. Good. You are still here. That means you are not afraid of truth. That means your spirit is hungry for what is next. So hear this. The meeting place will surprise you. It will not be far from where you already are, but it will feel different, almost glowing, almost alive, almost sacred. Michael says, tell them the clue is in the familiar. The holy will rise from what they thought was ordinary. And child, while you wait for Friday, guard your spirit. Do not waste your energy on what drains you. Do not give your heart to distractions. Instead, prepare, listen, stay sensitive, because the angels are already arranging the steps, and your soulmate is already being guided closer. Important, if this message has touched you. If your spirit has felt the pull, then stay connected. Do not let the next word slip from you. Take this moment and subscribe to the message of heaven, because this is not the last word you will need. There are more confirmations coming, more signs to be revealed, and you cannot afford to miss them. Stay connected so the angels can keep delivering what you have been praying for. Michael smiles now. He says, good, they are listening. Good, they are staying. Now they can hear the next truth. And here it is, beloved. Your soulmate is not just coming to you. They are being sent by God, sent because your time has finally arrived. My beloved child, lean closer. The heavens are unfolding secrets now that only a few are trusted to hear. This Friday is not simply a day. It is a divine appointment written before the foundations of the earth. God confirms their steps will collide. Their eyes will meet, and the soul will know. Nothing can prevent it if they remain in alignment. Michael's voice is steady, powerful. Tell them this. When they see their soulmate, their body will react before their mind understands. Their breath will catch. Their skin will tremble. Their heart will race. This is not fear. This is recognition. The soul remembers what the body forgot. Beloved, do you see how heaven prepares you so you will not miss it? Do you feel why this message was carved only for you? But hear this, child. The enemy is aware. Darkness fears divine union because when two chosen souls unite, blessings multiply, light expands, and curses shatter. That is why confusion has been clouding your path, why loneliness pressed against your chest, why old phones try to convince you love was not for you. It was all resistance, but resistance proves the weight of what is coming. Michael says the storm always rages hardest before the sunrise. Pause for a moment. Think about the repeating signs you've been seeing lately. Numbers that echo, dreams that feel too vivid, songs that play at the right time. These were not coincidences. They were heaven's way of saying we are closed. Do not give up. Do not miss the meeting. And here is the hidden truth. The location of this meeting will not be far from where you already walk. It will be a place you recognize, yet it will feel different, charged with energy, glowing with divine confirmation. Michael says when they step into the place, their spirit will whisper, "This is it." Do not dismiss it. Trust the whisper. It is heaven guiding you. My child, imagine it for a moment. You walk into the ordinary, but suddenly everything feels extraordinary. The air feels alive, time slows, and then eyes meet. And in that instant, the wait ends. Every delay, every prayer, every tear, every night of asking when, it all makes sense. Because you were being prepared for this very moment. Good, you are still here. That means your spirit is strong enough for the deeper confirmation. Here it is. Your soulmate is closer than you think. They have already been thinking of you. They have already been feeling the pull. Even if they cannot explain it, their soul is restless because it knows is near. This is why the timing feels heavy in your heart, because both of you are being aligned by heaven at the same time. But listen carefully, there will be a test before the blessing. An old voice, an old distraction, or a false connection may try to pull you back. Michael says, do not look back. Do not reopen what God has closed. If they fall for the counterfeit, they will miss the true one. This is serious, beloved. Your obedience in this moment determines your joy in the next. God whispers, do not fear. I have not brought you this far to abandon you now. I will make it clear. I will make it undeniable. All I ask is that you trust me. All I ask is that you stay ready. And beloved, let this also be clear. This union is not only about romance, it is about purpose. When you meet, it will feel like coming home. It will feel like destiny rising, because together you will unlock miracles that neither of you could release alone. This is why it is happening now. This is why it could not happen sooner, because you were being prepared for this very moment. Good, you are still here. That means your spirit is strong enough for the deeper confirmation. Here it is. Your soulmate is closer than you think. They have already been thinking of you. They have already been feeling the pull. Even if they cannot explain it, their soul is restless because it knows is near. This is why the timing feels heavy in your heart, because both of you are being aligned by heaven at the same time. But listen carefully. There will be a test before the blessing. An old voice, an old distraction, or a false connection may try to pull you back. Michael says, do not look back. Do not reopen what God has closed. If they fall for the counterfeit, they will miss the true one. This is serious, beloved. Your obedience in this moment determines your joy in the next. God whispers, do not fear. I have not brought you this far to abandon you now. I will make it clear. I will make it undeniable. All I ask is that you trust me. All I ask is that you stay ready. And beloved, let this also be clear. This union is not only about romance, it is about purpose. When you meet, it will feel like coming home. It will feel like destiny rising, because together you will unlock miracles that neither of you could release alone. This is why it is happening now. This is why it could not happen sooner. And this is why heaven is so urgent for you to listen until the very end. My beloved child, do not let your spirit drift. The heavens are opening deeper, and the revelation is about to touch the very core of your being. God confirms again, this is the day. The meeting will not be delayed. The promise will not be denied. Their eyes will find one another, and their souls will recognize what I have joined together. Michael stands close, his voice of fire that cannot be ignored. Tell them this: when the meeting happens, the signs will be undeniable. The air will feel heavier, yet lighter, as if the room itself has shifted. Their body will react, goosebumps. A strange warmth in the chest, tears without reason. They will know this is not human, it is divine. Child, do you feel why heaven refuses to let you walk away? Do you see why this message was pulled into your hands? Because God's timing is not random. This was chosen long ago, and the countdown has already begun. But hear me, before the blessing arrives, the test will come. It may look like sudden distraction, a false opportunity, or even a message from someone you thought was gone. This is the counterfeit rising before the authentic. Do not fall for it. Michael says if they reach back to the old, they will block the new. If they trust the false, they will miss the truth. State Farm. Stay focused. The real one is coming. Now, beloved, let me tell you what will happen at this meeting. The moment your eyes meet, there will be silenced inside you. The noise of the world will fade. It will feel as though you've known them forever, though you are meeting for the first time. This is not fantasy. It is soul memory. Your spirits knew each other before time, and this Friday is the reunion your heart has been aching for. Michael leans in, whispering fiercely. The location is already marked. It will not look extraordinary at first. It may be an ordinary street, a familiar place, a setting you have passed before. But on that day, at that hour, heaven will transform it into holy ground. And when it happens, you will feel a gentle pressure on your chest. That is the angels confirming this is the one. Beloved, do not be afraid. This will not feel like any meeting you have ever had. It will not be filled with doubt or second guessing. It will feel like stillness, like peace, like exhaling after years of holding your breath. You will know. And once you know, nothing will ever feel the same again. Good. You are still here. That means your focus is holding. Your spirit is awake, and your heart is ready for the final part of this confirmation. So hear this. The meeting this Friday is not only about your happiness, it is about your purpose. Together, you will walk into seasons that alone you could not carry. Together, you will break curses that alone you could not fight. Together, you will build something eternal. This is why God waited. This is why the timing had to be exact. Michael says, tell them the enemy will be furious but powerless. Once this union begins, no darkness will break it. Once their hands touch, heaven itself will shield them. And God whispers now, do not fear missing it. I am guiding your steps. I am aligning your hours. I am ordering your path. Trust me. The location is written. The moment is sealed. The blessing is near. My beloved child, do not move. There is a hush settling over your spirit because heaven is preparing the words you will speak when your eyes meet theirs. God says, when they meet, speak truth, speak softly. Let the soul do the work that words cannot. Let heaven fill the spaces between sentences. This is not a time for rehearsed lines or anxious performance. It is a time for holy presence. Archangel Michael leans close and instructs. Tell them to breathe. Tell them to let their heart lead. The first conversation will feel like prayer, simple, honest, and full of recognition. You will not need to perform. You will not need to prove. A single look, a single pause, and your souls will exchange lifetimes of knowing. Beloved, Hear this carefully. The first words you exchange will carry weight, not pressure. They will be light but truthful. Things like, I know you, or I've been waiting, or you look like home. These words will not be boastful. They will be releasing. They will be the bridge from loneliness into covenant. Michael says there will be a small sign. Something ordinary that becomes sacred. A song, a scent, a phrase that both remember from different lives. Watch for it. When it happens, your spirit will leap and say, yes, do not dismiss small coincidences that day. Heaven uses tiny things to reveal great truths. Child of light, the conversation that begins will open doors. You will speak of small things, coffee, weather, the day's tasks. But beneath those words will flow destiny. You will sense echoes of past promises and future vows. And in that gentle exchange, the angels will stand guard, knitting your stories together. But remember the warning. Not every emotional surge is truth. Some feelings are adrenaline. Some are loneliness, answered by a kind face. Discernment must walk with desire. Ask the Holy Spirit quietly, is this the one Lord? And then listen for the subtle peace that sinks into your bones. God whispers, now do not rush the label. Let the soul reveal itself through holiness, not hurry. The union I bring is patient, not frantic. It honors boundaries. It values peace. It builds from truth. So when you feel the rush breathe, let the rhythm of heaven slow you down so you see clearly what is real. My beloved, the universe will conspire gently to confirm. Someone will mention a place, a name, or a number that matches a dream you had. They will be the bridge from loneliness into covenant, Michael says. There will be a small sign, something ordinary that becomes sacred. A song, a scent, a phrase that both remember from different lives. Watch for it. When it happens, your spirit will leap and say, yes, do not dismiss small coincidences that day. Heaven uses tiny things to reveal great truths. Child of light, the conversation that begins will open doors. You will speak of small things, coffee, weather, the day's tasks, but beneath those words will flow destiny. You will sense echoes of past promises and future vows. And in that gentle exchange, the angels will stand guard, knitting your stories together. But remember, the warning, not every emotional surge is truth. Some feelings are adrenaline. Some are loneliness, answered by a kind face. Discernment must walk with desire. Ask the Holy Spirit quietly, is this the one Lord? And then listen for the subtle peace that sinks into your bones. God whispers now. Do not rush the label. Let the soul reveal itself through holiness, not hurry. The union I bring is patient, not frantic. It honors boundaries. It values peace. It builds from truth. So when you feel the rush, breathe. Let the rhythm of heaven slow you down so you see clearly what is real. My beloved, the universe will conspire gently to confirm. Someone will mention a place, a name, or a number that matches a dream you had. A stranger will say a phrase that echoes a memory. A wind will move through the trees like a hand blessing the moment. These are not fairy tale details. They are divine anchors to keep you steady when the world tries to confuse you. Michael instructs, keep your phone off or on silent for a moment when it feels right. Let the moment be between you and God first. Then let the world catch up. Do not let notifications steal the miracle. Guard the sacred seconds with the reverence they deserve. Beloved child, the first touch will be gentle. A handshake, a brush of fingers, an embrace that feels like a homecoming. When that touch happens, the angels will shout in heaven and whisper blessing on earth. You may cry quietly. You may laugh without reason. You will know you are marked. And yet be wise. The enemy will attempt to counterfeit intimacy with drama, rush, or pressure. If anyone pushes you to decide immediately, if someone demands all of your story in one sitting, step back. God's timing honors consent in peace. A pushy flame is often smoke, not fire. God says, I will bring confirmations after the meeting. Doors will open. People will speak favor. Opportunities will align. But these confirmations require surrender, not grasping. Receive and rest. When blessings come, do not freak out in fear or unbelief. Say thank you and move forward with a calm heart. My beloved, expect small miracles in the days after. A call that comes at the perfect hour. An unexpected message that affirms the meeting. A sudden clarity about an important decision. These are heaven's signatures, proof that this was not a chance encounter, but a divine appointment. Archangel Michael now gives a charge after you meet. Guard your hearts together. Build confidentiality. Protect purity. Speak little initially. Do much in prayer. Let the relationship grow in the light, not in secret shame or frantic spectacle. Heaven desires your dignity more than your drama. Beloved, remember forgiveness. You both will carry wounds, old betrayals, quiet fears, unspoken griefs. Do not expect perfection, expect grace, because the one God sends will stand with you through healing, not demand at all at once. Heal together, slowly, lovingly, and with the support of the divine. God whispers a practical promise. I will provide people who will encourage this union. Mentors, friends, signs of favor, trust, community, not isolation. Let wise voices speak into the path, not halo flattery. So after the meeting, look for those who bless, not those who complicate. My beloved Michael now reveals a final sign to watch for. The timestamp of confirmation when you meet your inner clock will register a clear, peaceful alignment. An inner knowing, like a bell ring, softly inside. It will not be panic. It will be a settled yes. Trust that inner timepiece more than a crowd's applause. And in the quiet afterward, God says, offer gratitude. Speak benediction over what is formed. Name blessings aloud. This activates covenant. Do not be shy to say, thank you, Lord, for what He has brought. Child of promise, do not fear making space for mystery. Not every detail will be revealed at once. Some parts of your story will unfold in weeks, some in months, some in years. Trust the slow unwrapping. God will disclose pieces as you need them. Michael instructs, protect your mind from obsessive questions. Set aside time to pray together. Keep the soul grounded in Scripture, in truth, and in holy counsel. This union must be formed on rock, not quicksand. Heaven values anchored love. Beloved, if you are single, do not panic. If you are wondering how to prepare, practically rest well. Dress in a way that honors you. Be punctual, be kind, and let your presence be calm and sincere. Heaven loves authenticity, not polish without heart. If you are already in confusion or pain, let this message give you peace. God says this meeting will not crowd out healing. It will invite it. Allow yourself time to breathe through the change. Michael's final charge for this part, after the meeting pause. Do not rush into public declarations. Test the fruit. Let time confirm the depth. Keep prayer central. If it is truly from God, it will stand the test of time and scrutiny. Heaven protects what is built slowly and prayerfully. Beloved child, you have stayed this far. Your obedience to this message has already shifted your path. God sees your readiness and smiles. He says, I am with you every step. Walk into with expectation and reverence. I will meet you there. Stay with this message. Keep watch for the small signs I told you. Prepare your heart, tidy your beliefs, and trust that heaven is arranging everything. When comes, do not be afraid to answer. My beloved, do not move. Keep your eyes here. The next words carry specific signs heaven will use to confirm your meeting. Listen closely. Memorize them like a prayer and watch for them. First sign, the number 7. Look for it everywhere, on a receipt, on a clock, in a license plate, whispered in a song. When you see 7 repeating, it is heaven tapping your shoulder, saying, this is the hour. Second sign, a small blue cup. It may look ordinary in a cafe window or on a table someone carries. When you notice that blue cup at the moment your eyes meet another soul, your spirit will jump and know this is the confirmation. Third sign, a single oak tree. It could be a tree near a bench, a square, or a park you pass. When the air feels different beneath that oak and your chest warms, that is your signal that destiny has arrived. Fourth sign, a stray pigeon or a small bird that pauses near you. Not every bird will matter. Watch how it behaves. If it lingers gently as if it knows you, take it as heaven's note that the meeting is blessed. Fifth sign, a song lyric that repeats at the exact moment you meet. Maybe the chorus you hum in the shower. Maybe a line from an old song playing nearby. When that exact line punctuates your encounter, know the angels have scored the moment. Sixth sign, a small gift accidentally dropped. A napkin with handwriting, a folded paper. A leaf with a mark that you or they notice together. These tiny objects become holy tokens when heaven writes them into your story. Seventh sign, the time, or another time that keeps appearing to you. If your clock ticks to a number and it repeats, do not ignore it. It will be the quiet bell that rings inside and tells you this is the moment. Eighth sign, a scent. Jasmine, coffee, rain that appears unexpectedly. A smell will pull a memory and anchor the encounter to something your soul already remembers. Believe it. Your spirit is being sealed. Ninth sign, a stranger will say one simple phrase that feels like a key. It might be, you look peaceful, or nice to see you smile, or something you recognize from a dream. When you both hear the same phrase and your hearts flutter, that phrase is the doorway. 10th sign, a light, a street lamp, a shaft through a window, a reflection that seems to glow. Light will behave like a blessing that evening. When it touches the place you meet, let it speak. These signs are not tests of intelligence. They are tender markers for the heart that is listening. Do not worry if not all signs appear. Even one true sign is enough to confirm what God has written. Now, beloved, here are the internal confirmations, the things only your soul will know. When you meet, your chest will feel like it remembers a home you cannot name. Your hands will tingle as if they held theirs in another life. Your mind will forgive 1,000,000 past mistakes in one breath. Hold this practice in your heart before you step into the place on Friday. Whisper quietly, Lord, make it clear. Ask for clarity, not fantasy. Ask for peace, not panic. Heaven loves simple prayers said with steady breathing. A practical cue from Michael. Wear something that makes you feel dignified. Not flashy, not hiding, but real. Something that honors the new season. When you dress with respect for yourself, you invite heaven to dress the moment with reverence. Keep your phone close, but remember this. There may be a sacred pause. If the moment asks for silence, let it be silent. If your spirit whispers to look up and into the eyes, obey the whisper before the notification. Now, a prophetic safeguard. Watch for anyone who rushes you to a decision. If someone forces labels, pressures intimacy, or demands an instant promise, step back. Heaven's unions grow in calm, not chaos. If the offer feels hurried, let prayer slow it. Expect confirmations in the following 48 hours after the meeting. A message that answers a previously unanswered question. A call that opens a door. A small practical favor that aligns with your next step. These are heaven-echoing yes, Michael instructs. Keep a small journal on Friday. Write down the first 3 things you notice: a color, a smell, a word. Later, when doubt creeps back, read the list and remember the proof that God provided. Beloved, keep your inner world tidy. Before the meeting, forgive someone silently, not because they deserved it, but because you deserve peace. Forgiveness is a room where the miracle can live. Clear space for what God will place there. A short counsel about conversation. Ask gentle, open questions. How do you spend your days? What makes you laugh? Is there a place that feels like home to you? Let curiosity be your companion, not interrogation. Heaven will speak through simple, honest exchange. If tears come, let them fall. Tears are not weakness in this hour. They are the language of realignment. They water the soil where new love will grow. Expect small tests after the meeting. A jealous voice, a sudden delay, a confusing message. Do not be surprised. Be patient, Michael says. Every genuine blessing faces a question to prove its strength. Stand steady. A prophetic practical. Protect your story. Share details slowly with trusted people who love God and you. Let counsel be wise, not loud. Blessings multiply under quiet stewardship. Now, beloved, a final list of symbolic clues heaven may use to speak to both of you simultaneously. Both of you mentioning the same color within minutes of meeting. Both glancing at the same small object at the same time. A shared laugh triggered by the same tiny memory. A mutual pause when a particular word is spoken. These mirrored moments are heaven's way of saying, "You belong," Michael says when the confirmation comes. Anchor it with prayer. Name it out loud with gratitude. Say, "Thank you, Lord. This is from you." Gratitude locks the door against doubt and opens it to blessing. Beloved child, practical advice now. Arrive early. Give yourself time to breathe, to pray, to notice the air. Do not enter rushed, enter ready. A prepared heart sees what a hurried one misses. If you need to speak a short protection prayer aloud, use this. Lord, let truth be clear. Guard my heart, guide my steps. Say it once, then quiet your mind and watch for God's confirmations. Now some heavenly encouragement. When you meet, do not look for perfection. Look for redemptive potential. Look for someone whose brokenness is being healed, not someone who is already flawless. God does not give flawless people. He gives faithful ones. If you are already entangled in confusion and this message stirs fear, breathe deep. God's meeting may come as a door to heal what is already tangled. Let prayer be your first counselor. Michael's final symbolic clue for you to watch for is a small, unexpected smile from a stranger nearby that feels like recognition. When that happens, do not ignore it. It is the angelic crowd cheering you on. Beloved, the signs are gentle because love itself is gentle. Do not chase fireworks. Chase the quiet yes. When heaven speaks, it will be in calm authority, not frantic noise. You have walked through nights of wondering. You have whispered prayers in the dark. You have carried longing like a burden. This Friday, God is offering you a hand to lift the stone. Receive it with dignity, with expectation, and with the discernment I have given you. Stay near this message. Return to these signs on Friday morning. Read them like a map and let your spirit lead. Archangel Michael smiles and says, "You were chosen." The meeting is real. Watch for the signs. Keep your heart steady and let heaven do what only heaven can do. Stay ready. Stay prayerful. When the moment comes, breathe, look up, and say quietly, "Yes." My beloved child, linger here a little longer. The angels have not finished speaking, and the Spirit of God is still pouring secrets into your path. Every heartbeat is aligning you closer, closer to the meeting, closer to the destiny moment. What is your name? Do you feel the pull? That heaviness in your chest is not fear, it is preparation. God confirms again, your paths will cross. Your soul will recognize its reflection. The waiting ends, Michael adds with urgency. Tell them not to take this lightly. Tell them to guard their steps carefully, for distractions will increase as the moment draws near. Beloved, let us speak about those distractions. The enemy knows what is coming. He knows your soul will rise after this union, and so he will send counterfeits. A sudden message from an old flame, a strange argument with a friend, a wave of self-doubt that whispers, "Maybe I imagined it." But do not listen. Michael says the shadow always appears before the sunrise. Ignore the shadow, wait for the light. Child of heaven, prepare your heart in the coming days. Wake each morning with a prayer of readiness. Lord, steady my heart. Let me see clearly. Let me not be deceived. Let me recognize what you send. This is how you anchor yourself against confusion. And now, listen closely. The meeting itself will unfold gently, not with chaos. The first look will silence your thoughts. The first words will feel both ordinary and eternal. It will be like stepping into a conversation already in progress. One you have been waiting to join your whole life. Do not force it. Do not rush it. Let the rhythm of destiny breathe. Michael whispers, tell them to notice the pauses. The silence between words will be as holy as the words themselves. That is where heaven will confirm it. Beloved, you will recognize them by three things. Their eyes, which will feel strangely familiar, like you have seen them in dreams. Their presence, which will calm the storm inside you rather than stir it. Their timing, arriving exactly when you were about to give up hope. God says, I am not a God of confusion. I will not make you guess. I will confirm with peace. I will confirm with joy. I will confirm with signs you cannot deny. And here is another clue. When you meet something in the environment will echo your soul. Perhaps a song, a color, or even a child laughing nearby. It will be as if creation itself bends to witness the moment. Pay attention. Do not brush it aside. That echo is your confirmation. Good, you are still here. That means you are not treating this as entertainment. You are receiving it as revelation. And because you stayed, heaven is ready to trust you with deeper detail. After the meeting, you will feel a lightness in your chest, as though a weight you carried for years has suddenly been lifted. This is how you will know it was real. False connections drain. True ones bring life. Do not mistake exhaustion for love. The one God sends will bring rest to your soul. Michael says, tell them to test the fruit. If the fruit is peace, if the fruit is hope, if the fruit is clarity, then it is from heaven. If the fruit is confusion, fear, or manipulation, it is not the one. Do not reveal everything about yourself too quickly. Hold some parts of your heart back until trust proves itself. Even divine unions require wisdom. God sends the right person, but He also calls you to steward the connection with patience. And this, do not compare them to your past. Do not project yesterday's pain onto tomorrow's promise. This is new wine. It must not be poured into old skins. Let this meeting be a fresh beginning, not a replay of old wounds, God whispers softly. This is not just about you. This is about the generations that will come after you. This is about breaking loneliness, restoring joy, and proving that I still keep my promises. Michael now lifts his hand, and you may feel warmth on your skin as you read this. That is not your imagination. It is a sign, a touch from the angel who has guarded you through your darkest nights. He says, tell them heaven is ready, the clock is ticking, the day is set. All they must do is believe. So, my beloved, prepare gently. Sleep well the night before. Pray in the morning, and when you step into the day, expect the extraordinary to rise from the ordinary. Do not chase it, let it come. Do not fear it, let it unfold. Because God has written this appointment in your destiny, and no hand can erase it. My child, my beloved, do not ignore this moment. Heaven has stopped you here because something shocking has been done behind your back. Archangel Michael says a deal has been made in the dark about your future. If you skip this, you will never know what they try to steal from you. God Himself is very angry, and this is about your own daughter. My beloved, this is not coincidence. The moment your eyes landed here, the angels gasped. They knew you had finally reached the message written with your name in fire. Michael is not whispering today. He is screaming, stay, listen, do not walk away. Your destiny depends on this. Do you feel the trembling in your chest? That is not fear. It is recognition. Your spirit knows something is unfolding behind the veil. Something you cannot see, but something that will break if you turn away now. The angels are holding their breath, waiting for you to open your heart fully. My beloved child, heaven says this is about family. This is about blood. This is about what is being arranged against you in silence. There are conversations happening where your name is being tossed like a coin. A shocking deal has been signed in spirit to block your blessing. And the one you least expected, your daughter, is tied into this. God is not silent about it. God is angry because He never meant for your blood to betray your future. Do not close this. If you do, you will walk blindly into a trap they have prepared. Michael says the moment you finish reading this, the mask will fall. The truth will be revealed. but only if you stay, only if you endure, only if you believe. My child, listen carefully. You have been feeling restless, uneasy. You have been sensing betrayal, but could not prove it. That was not imagination. That was heaven trying to warn you. And this is the final warning before the sword falls. Stop for a second. Do you feel that heat in your chest? Do you feel your breath catches if the air itself is heavy? That is heaven pressing close. That is Michael standing over you, his sword pointed toward the secret they are trying to bury. This message is not just words. It is a weapon. It is your rescue. My beloved, you asked, why have doors been closing? Why have I felt blocked? The answer is here. Because deals were being made in secret. Because someone close to you tried to write your name out of what was meant for you. But God says no more. I will not allow them to erase what I carved. I will not allow them to steal what I sealed. Michael says, tell them their future is sacred. Tell them no human hand can cancel it. But warn them, if they ignore this moment, the enemy will succeed in shifting the blessing to another. You cannot afford to skip. You cannot afford to doubt. This is about your destiny, your family, your inheritance. My child, good, you are still here. That means you are chosen to hear what was hidden. That means heaven can trust you with the truth. That means the angels are ready to move in your favor, but only if you continue. My child, my beloved, do not move yet. Stay with me 2 more breaths. This word is wrapped in urgency and mercy. It is not for the curious. It is for the chosen. Archangel Michael says here this, do not let this slip. This is the rescue your future has been waiting for. Listen closely. A quiet council met where your name was debated. A bargain was struck in corners where truth could not follow. They thought secrecy would hide their crime. They thought darkness would finish what envy began. But heaven saw every hand, every whisper, every signed promise. Do you feel a sudden ache in your chest as you read this? That is the sting of betrayal being remembered by your spirit. That is your soul recognizing the footprint of deceit in your life. You are not imagining the cold looks, the timed silences, the convenient forgetfulness. Those were seeds of a plan planted to shift what was destined for you. My beloved, this involves your daughter. Do not recoil. Listen with your whole heart. God is not speaking to punish, but to rescue. He says, I see the wound. I see the pain. I will not let their hand ruin your line. Your daughter's name appears like a bell in heaven. It rings with urgency and consequence. There may be reasons you could not imagine. Fear, pressure, someone whispering lies. Listen to her ear. Children are moved by currents they cannot name. Someone could have convinced her to sign, to agree, to stay silent, thinking it was small, harmless, or necessary. Michael cries, this is not small. This is generational. This changes more than one life. Do not act in fury. Do not accuse before you know. God hates deceit, but loves restoration. This message will teach you how to stand, how to confront, how to reclaim with dignity. Apply wisdom. Faith is not chaos. It is authority paired with tenderness. Pause and breathe. Say nothing yet. First, receive the truth. Heaven will give you clarity before it gives you counsel. Michael says, wait for the light to make the shadows visible. then move. You will soon see signs, small confirmations that something was indeed arranged. A paper misplaced that suddenly returns. A message revealed at the right moment. A name repeated in strange ways. These are not coincidences. They are markers placed by heaven to guide you to the truth. My child, God is angry, not in a way that destroys, but in a way that corrects. He is angry because a child's future is being gambled with. He says, I will not allow innocence to be bartered away. I will not let a line be cut by human scheming. This anger is the force that will unmake the plot and restore what was targeted. Do you feel heat in your chest? That is not panic. It is the furnace of purification. Heaven burning away the hidden lies. When truth meets conspiracy, the dark trembles. When heaven moves, hidden tracks unravel. This is the promise you are being given now. My beloved, there will be a moment of revelation. Someone will speak what was meant to be silent. A paper will surface. A voice will break and confess the weight of what was done. And when it happens, do not let your heart leap to vengeance. Let it lead to restoration. Michael whispers, reclaim gently, but reclaim boldly. This is not revenge. This is recovery. This is how heaven corrects what men corrupted. You will be handed proof not to punish Butterfree. And with that proof, steps will begin that restore your daughter's future and your inheritance. Listen now. This is essential. Protect her with prayer, but also with wisdom. Speak to her in calm, not accusation. Ask questions that open truth, not shut it down. Children confess when they feel safe. Secrets grow in fear. Create safety with your voice, and the truth will rise like morning light. Do you feel a softening in your chest as you read? That is grace entering the wound. That is heaven preparing your heart for the hard conversation. This moment will require both courage and mercy, both sword and bomb. My child, do not be surprised if someone close acts defensively. Guilt often wears the mask of anger. They will try to turn your attention, to soften your gaze, to distract you. When truth meets conspiracy, the dark trembles. When heaven moves, hidden tracks unravel. This is the promise you are being given now. My beloved, there will be a moment of revelation. Someone will speak what was meant to be silent. A paper will surface. A voice will break and confess the weight of what was done. And when it happens, do not let your heart leap to vengeance. Let it leap to restoration. Michael whispers, reclaimed gently, but reclaim boldly. This is not revenge. This is recovery. This is how heaven corrects what men corrupted. You will be handed proof not to punish, but to free. And with that proof, steps will begin that restore your daughter's future and your inheritance. Listen now. This is essential. Protect her with prayer, but also with wisdom. Speak to her in calm, not accusation. Ask questions that open truth, not shut it down. Children confess when they feel safe. Secrets grow in fear. Create safety with your voice, and the truth will rise like morning light. Do you feel a softening in your chest as you read? That is grace entering the wound. That is heaven preparing your heart for the hard conversation. This moment will require both courage and mercy, both sword and bomb. My child, do not be surprised if someone close acts defensively. Guilt often wears the mask of anger. They will try to turn your attention, to soften your gaze, to distract you. Michael warns, do not be soothed by theatrics. Whole to the core, your daughter's future is not negotiable. Your steps now are prophetic. How you walk through this will set a spiritual pattern for your family. If you walk in truth and mercy, the line of blessing will be strengthened. If you walk in bitterness, the wild lingers. Choose restoration. Choose what builds rather than what breaks. The enemy wanted to steal your voice in this matter. They thought if they silenced you, their deal would stand. But you were not born to be silenced. You were born to reclaim. Michael says, you are the voice heaven chose. Speak the truth when the hour is right, and watch darkness fall. Good, you are still with me. Heaven is pleased when a parent stays steady in the storm. The angels are writing down every breath you take. Right now is faith. Your patience will be a lever that opens what was closed. Do not be shocked if a name appears repeatedly over the next days. Numbers, places, phrases. These will be signs to guide you. Pay attention. Heaven communicates in patterns. Your job is to notice, to pray, and to act with holy wisdom when the confirmation. My beloved, the time for secrets is ending. This is a season of exposure for the purpose of healing. God does not expose to shame. He exposes to free. When the deal is lifted, what was stolen will return better than before. Restored, purified, and protected. Michael's voice is steady now. Let no one manipulate the heart of a child. Let no man barter a destiny. Stand, and you will see heaven stand with you. You are not alone in this fight. The armies of heaven aligned with every righteous parent who defends the future of their child. Pause for a moment and gather strength. You will need words that are both firm and soft. You will need to ask for the truth and offer a way back for those who chose wrong. Forgiveness will be your tool. Truth will be your shield. Use them together, and the plan against you will crumble. Do not expect overnight miracles. Expect divine timing. Heaven reveals in moments that align with purpose, not panic. The unmaking of a secret bargain may take a day, a week, or a season, but it will be completed, and the timing will be perfect. My child, say this quietly now in your spirit. Lord, uncover what was. Restore what was taken. Protect my child's path. Pray it until your voice is steady and your heart no longer trembles. Prayer is the invisible motion that calls heaven's forces into visible intervention. There will be allies you did not expect. A neighbor, a distant relative, a stranger with courage. Heaven will place helpers in the path. Do not dismiss sudden kindness. These hands are extensions of divine strategy. Michael says, watch for them. Receive them. They are sent to unbind the knot. Do not be alarmed if confusion rises at first. Darkness often gaslights before it falls. They will whisper that you misheard, misread, that you are too reactive. Stand firm. Keep records. Keep your heart guarded with peace, not paranoia. Clarity will come, and when it does, it will be undeniable. My beloved, your daughter's future is not a casualty. It is a treasure. God's anger is turning into action, not wrath without purpose, but corrective power. He will use your courage, your steadiness, and your love to repair what was nearly broken. Call to this. The restoration will be better than the original. Heaven does not simply give back. It upgrades. What was nearly stolen will return multiplied, purified, and fortified against further harm. This is part of God's merciful design. Michael's final word for this part: do not bow to fear. Stand in truth. Speak in love. Move in faith and watch as heaven rewrites the outcome. Stay with me. There is more to reveal. The next part will guide you through the exact steps to confront the secret deal, protect your daughter, and secure divine restoration for your family. Do not leave. This is the blueprint heaven carved for you. My child, my beloved, do not leave this moment. Stay another breath and receive the blueprint heaven is placing in your hands. This next part is not theory. It is instruction from Michael and the throne itself. If you follow these steps with a calm heart, you will expose the deal, protect your daughter, and invite a restoration so deep even the tell me you will tremble. First, prepare your heart before action align with peace. Michael says, do not go in hot, go and holy. Anger without wisdom wounds the one you seek to save. So breathe, steady your voice, and ask God for words that heal and pierce at the same time. Second, gather evidence quietly. Heaven does not need a show. It needs truth. Look for missing messages, odd transactions, names that repeat, signatures unfamiliar to you. Keep notes, keep records. When the light arrives, it must meet a prepared heart and a prepared file. Third, speak to your daughter with tenderness first. Children can be pawns or partners depending on how they are approached. Ask open questions. Who spoke to you about this? What did they say? Did anyone put pressure on you? Let her speak without interruption. A safe child will reveal secrets that a fearful child hides. Fourth, do not accuse publicly. Michael Warren's expose the plot with clarity, not with spectacle. A calm confrontation with the right people at the right time unravels schemes faster than public outrage. Bring the proof to the one who can correct it. Family elders, legal guardians, spiritual leaders who act in truth. Fifth, praise specific prayers. Say aloud, Lord, reveal the hidden. Bring forth every shadow into your light. Restore what was stolen and protect my child's way. Repeat this prayer when fear presses. First, prepare your heart before action align with peace. Michael says, do not go in hot, going holy. Anger without wisdom wounds the one you seek to save. So breathe, steady your voice, and ask God for words that heal and pierce at the same time. Second, gather evidence quietly. Heaven does not need a show. It needs truth. Look for missing messages, odd transactions, names that repeat, signatures unfamiliar to you. Keep notes, keep records. When the light arrives, it must meet a prepared heart and a prepared file. Third, speak to your daughter with tenderness first. Children can be pawns or partners depending on how they are approached. Ask open questions. Who spoke to you about this? What did they say? Did anyone put pressure on you? Let her speak without interruption. A safe child will reveal secrets that a fearful child hides. Fourth, do not accuse publicly. Michael Warren's expose the plot with clarity, not with spectacle. A calm confrontation with the right people at the right time unravels schemes faster than public scout rage. Bring the proof to the one who can correct it. Family elders, legal guardians, spiritual leaders who act in truth. Fifth, praise specific prayers. Say aloud, Lord, reveal the hidden. Bring forth every shadow into your light. Restore what was stolen and protect my child's way. Repeat this prayer when fear presses. Prayer lines heaven's host with your steps and opens doors that human plans could never. Sixth, watch for confirmations. Heaven will not leave you guessing. You will notice repeated numbers, a sudden telltale message, a person who appears with expected courage. When the confirmations come, move with confidence. Michael says God gives signs so you won't walk by fear. Seventh, create a circle of trusted allies. Not everyone should know, only those who will stand with truth and restraint. Choose people who hold both courage and discretion, a neighbor with integrity, a close friend who prays, a relative who values justice over gossip. These allies will be your practical hands while heaven works in the spiritual. Eighth, protect your daughter emotionally. She may feel guilt, shame, confusion. Tell her you are not the problem. You are the beloved. We will fix this together. Shield her from accusatory voices until the truth is clear. Michael says children heal faster when their guardians model steady faith. Ninth, anticipate resistance. Those who profit from secrecy will fight to keep it hidden. They may charm, they may threaten, or they may attempt to gaslight you. Stand firm, keep records, return to prayer. The enemy yells loudest before he falls silent. 10th, speak the prophetic over her future. Declare, by heaven's decree, you will not lose your portion. Every plot against you is undone. You will rise, and blessings will multiply. Words spoken in faith create atmosphere. Michael breathes his promise into your declaration, and heaven begins to realign. 11th, be ready to forgive, but not at the cost of truth. Restoration often arrives when one repents. If those who conspired confess, give room for repentance. But do not confuse repentance with impunity. Boundaries protect the new season. 12th, expect tangible restoration. Heaven does not speak only in metaphors. Money misdirected will reroute. Documents altered will be corrected. Opportunities delayed will return multiplied. Michael says, what was nearly stolen will come back stronger because it will be purified. Bye-bye heaven. 13th, set a spiritual watch over your household. A simple nightly prayer, a spoken blessing at meals, a scripture or sacred phrase. Repeat it softly. These practices invite light and shut out confusion. Teach your daughter small rituals of protection. Quiet breathes, a phrase of truth she say when anxious. These are not superstitions. They are anchors of the soul. 14th, record the timeline. Write down every strange call, every odd favor, every moment you felt pushed. When the revelation arrives, the timeline becomes your friend, connecting dots to human I would miss. Heaven loves an organized heart. Order in the natural invites order in the spiritual. 15th, be patient with the process. Unraveling a secret bargain is like pulling a thread from a tapestry. It reveals pattern by pattern. Heaven's timing is perfect, trusted rather than rush it. Michael says, haste invites error. Patient secures victory. 16th, do not forget mercy for your daughter and even for those who deceived. Mercy is the currency of restoration. When forgiveness is paired with justice, souls heal and cycles end. Your mercy will determine how fully the wound becomes a scar of strength rather than a brand of bit. 17th, watch the small signs of heaven's favor. Doors that suddenly open, people who stepped forward, unexpected funds that ease pressure. These are confirmations that the spiritual correction is moving into the natural realm. Celebrate them quietly. Gratitude is the amplifier of blessing. 18th, teach your daughter how to guard her name. A young person must learn the value of silence before trust, the weight of signatures, and the power of counsel. This season can be a lesson that turns her into a guardian of her own destiny. Michael says the armor you craft now for her will defend generations. 19th, remember your identity in God. You are not defined by what others did. You are defined by what God says about you. Beloved, chosen, protected. Speak that over yourself and your child until fear loses its voice. 20th, prepare a declaration of restoration. On a day you choose, declare together, we reclaim what was stolen. We see our name with heaven's promise. From this day, we step into restoration. This act of public faith unifies your household and invites community support. My child, these steps are the map. But remember, the map is not the journey. Your faithful obedience is the pathway that brings heaven's rescue into the streets of your life. Michael says, walk it with courage, walk it with tenderness, walk it with prayer. Now, a subscription word, not as a plea, but as a covenant. When you commit to staying with this message, you commit to staying with the work heaven has begun. If you are hearing this and you want more words like these, words that guide and do not merely comfort, stay with the channel of light. Subscribe in spirit. Say in your heart, I will stay. I will fight for my family. I will not let the enemy win. That commitment tightens heaven's hold on your case. You may ask, when will I see fruit? Michael answers, signs will arrive within the next days and confirmations within weeks. Move when the evidence lines up. Do not be rushed by emotion. Heaven's favor moves steadily and then suddenly. Be ready for both. Expect helpers in unlikely places. A clerk who finds a misfiled paper. A neighbor who remembers a conversation. A tiny clue that collapses the whole lie. These interventions are heaven's fingerprints. Look for them. When the truth is revealed, act with dignity. Confront with facts. Present the timeline. Ask for correction. Demand restoration where appropriate. This act of public faith unifies your household and invites community support. My child, these steps are the map. But remember, the map is not the journey. Your faithful obedience is the pathway that brings heaven's rescue into the streets of your life. Michael says, walk it with courage. Walk it with tenderness. Walk it with prayer. Now, a subscription word, not as a plea, but as a covenant. When you commit to staying with this message, you commit to staying with the work heaven has begun. If you are hearing this and you want more words like these, words that guide and do not merely comfort, stay with the channel of light. Subscribe in spirit. Say in your heart, I will stay. I will fight for my family. I will not let the enemy win. That commitment tightens heaven's hold on your case. You may ask, when will I see fruit? Michael answers, signs will arrive within the next days and confirmations within weeks. Move when the evidence lines up. Do not be rushed by emotion. Heaven's favor moves steadily and then suddenly be ready for both. Expect helpers in unlikely places. A clerk who finds a misfiled paper. A neighbor who remembers a conversation. A tiny clue that collapses the whole lie. These interventions are heaven's fingerprints. Look for them. When the truth is revealed, act with dignity, confront with facts, present the timeline. Ask for correction. Demand restoration where appropriate. Let dignity be your banner. It attracts respect and closes off petty retaliation. My beloved, do not let shame paralyze you. Shame is the tool of the enemy to keep secrets sacred. Shout truth into the silence. When truth rises, shame loses its kingdom. Keep praying this short sentence often. Lord, step in now. Restore, protect, expose what must be exposed. Say it until your heart no longer trembles at the thought of confrontation. Prayer is not passive. It is a strategic offensive in the unseen. Finally, prepare for renewal. After the confrontation and the correction, create a ritual of new beginnings for your daughter, a quiet blessing, a symbolic act of reclaiming, a day marked as the turning point. Michael says symbolic acts anchor heaven's change in human memory. My child, you are not entering chaos. You are entering a holy correction. Heaven is with you. Michael fights for you. God is moving his hand to restore what was destined for your line. Hold steady. Speak gently but firmly. Protect with love. There is more to reveal, practical words, prophetic confirmations, and prayers to recite through the nights. Stay with me, and we will walk through every detail until your daughter's path is free, her future sealed and light. My child, lean in. This next section is filled with the exact prayers, and practical words heaven wants you to speak through the nights. Say them slowly. Let each phrase land in your chest like an anchor. These are not mere sentences. They are keys that open doors in the unseen. Pray this first at midnight when the world is quiet. Lord, uncover the hidden. Bring every secret into your blazing light. Restore what was taken from my child. Break every chain set against our name. Repeat it 3 nights in a row with steady breath. The midnight hour is thin. Heaven hears more clearly then. Next prayer, speak it at dawn, facing east. Heaven, align our morning. Let this day carry evidence and favor. Let helpers appear and truth be revealed. Say it aloud so your house knows the sound of faith. The morning alliance, natural timing with spiritual movement. A short protective phrase to teach your daughter. When I am afraid, God is my voice. Teach her to whisper it when she feels confusion. A child who knows one true phrase will not be easily led again. Prophetic confirmation to watch for. The same name, number, or place repeating in 24 to 72 hours. When you see it, pause and pray immediately. This is my sign. Confirm it, Lord. Do not rush into accusation. Wait for the pattern to repeat and for a clear opening. Heaven often gives 2 or 3 signs before letting the curtain fall. A nightly declaration to seal protection over your home. By heaven's power, we close every door that was opened in secret against us. No contract of darkness stands. Our name is sealed in light. Say it with palms raised or hands over the family photos. Make the action physical so the Spirit remembers. Record everything. Every call, every strange text, every unexpected visit. Write it in a single notebook labeled Heaven's Timeline. The timeline becomes evidence for both natural and spiritual courts. Michael values order of prepared heart is a powerful heart. If a paper surfaces, handle it this way. Do not burn, do not shout, do not anything. Go to a trusted elder or a legal advisor with the timeline and the paper. Heaven's strategy often moves through earthly authority. Use it. Michael says, use law when necessary. Use prayer always. When you confront any adult involved, speak these 3 sentences only at first. I want truth. I want correction. I want restoration. Simple, firm, non-emotional. People respond to clarity more than to anger. Your composed voice will reveal their guilt or their repentance. A prayer for your daughter to say each morning, I am loved. I am protected. I will not carry what was not mine to carry. Teach her to claim identity before the day begins. This shapes a child's spiritual immune system. Expect a misdirection attempt within the first week. Someone will try to shame you into silence when it comes. Say only, we will follow truth, not shame. Then return to the timeline and the prayers. Do not be distracted by theatrics. Heaven's unmasking is surgical uncertain. A specific prophetic line to declare aloud in the household. By heaven's decree, every plot to steal our blessing is dissolved now. What they tried to hide will be made manifest, and restoration will come with speed. Speak it as a banner over your door. Words of weight make them public in your home. If your daughter is pressured to sign anything again, do not allow it without counsel. Teach her this clear instruction, I will not sign until my parent reads this with me. Make a rule in your house. No signature without family counsel. Boundaries like these stop schemes before they begin. Practical step copy every important document and store a scanned version with a trusted good friend or in a secure cloud account. Heaven often works through simple human prudence. Michael applauds preparation. Guard what is yours, he says. A short nightly protection ritual. Light a small flame, a candle or a lamp. Say a short prayer and then extinguish it with the words, Light came, darkness goes, we walk in truth. Make it a family moment. Symbols anchor the soul. The ritual tells heaven you are claiming new ground. When confronting a conspirator, bring witnesses. Do not allow an ambush of one against one. Witnesses deliver accountability. Michael says, truth likes witnesses, lies thrive in secret. If guilt is admitted, create a path of repentance. Ask for written acknowledgement, a plan for correction, and a timeline for restitution. Forgiveness without repair makes the wound vulnerable to reopening. Heaven loves when repentance includes repair. A prophetic promise to hold to what was targeted will return amplified. Loss will be replaced with bounty, and the wound will become the place of strength. Say this promise aloud with conviction every evening. Faith spoken repeatedly rewires the atmosphere around you. Do not isolate. Invite 2 or 3 trusted people into your confidence, people who pray and who act. Community is a spiritual amplifier. When allies stand, attention rises and hidden schemes collapse faster. Teach your daughter simple discernment questions. Who benefits? Who convinced you? What did you feel? Asking these questions gently leads a child to clarity without shame. Michael says, curiosity paired with love reveals the plot. If you need legal counsel, choose someone recommended by a person of integrity, an elder, a pastor, or a longtime friend. Do not rush into the first office that offers cheap answers. Wisdom chooses carefully. Haste invites error. A prayer to say when proofs appear, Lord, let justice move. Now, let rightful correction follow. Let mercy and truth meet in this place. Speak it in the moment you see the proof. This aligns natural evidence with spiritual action. Expect a reversal pattern. First confusion, then exposure, then restitution. These stages may unfold in days or weeks, but the pattern will be clear. When confusion rises, keep writing. When exposure arrives, meet with calm. When restitution follows, celebrate God's faithfulness. Guard your own heart from bitterness. Bitterness can become the very chain you are breaking. When anger rises, speak, I refuse to carry this wound as my identity. Then pray for release. Michael says, freedom from bitterness allows heaven to restore fully. A small practical tactic: if someone pushes for secrecy, say this phrase: I will not be part of anything that harms my child or my line. Say it calmly, say it once, end the conversation. This statement stops manipulation because it reveals your boundary. Teach your daughter to name her feelings. I am scared, I am confused, I want help. Naming feelings removes shame and invites help. Children who name are children who heal. When restoration begins, create a tangible marker, a small ceremony of reclaiming. Anoint a corner of the house with oil and prayer. Declare a new beginning and let your daughter receive a small token: a ribbon, a letter, a planted seed. Symbols imprint the miracle into memory, a defensive spiritual posture to hold each day. God, do not let my child be manipulated by power, money, or fear. Let truth and love govern every choice. Speak it in the car, at the table, in the midnight hour. Repetition trains the spirit to resist deception. Do not confuse forgiveness with forgetting forgiveness. Frees the heart. Memory protects the future. Teach your daughter that forgiving is not removing boundaries. It is refusing revenge while retaining wisdom. When you bring the proof to authorities or family elders, present the timeline, the documents, and the child's testimony gently. Ask for corrective steps and timelines. Do not demand immediate justice that could be clumsy. Instead, ask for steady correction. Heaven often moves through patient systems of correction, a prophetic anchor for the days ahead. In 40 days, a new door will stand open. In 70 days, a pattern will shift. In 1 year, the line will be changed. These time markers are not exact clocks, but heavenly rhythms. Expect movement in seasons. Michael says, Heaven's timing corrects what human timing mangles. If the conspiracy included financial harm, ask for an audit, quiet, careful professional. Money hidden can be found by method and prayer. Do not be ashamed to demand what is rightly yours. Heaven sides with justice for the vulnerable. Protect your daughter's online presence. Change passwords. Limit who can contact her and place a trusted adult in charge of major communications. Digital security is as real as spiritual security in our time. When the first sign of correction appears, gather your small circle and pray together. Public prayer is a declaration that heaven is being invited to act openly. Michael's angels move faster where faith speaks together. Teach your daughter to respond to pressure with silence and a promise. I will not agree, I will speak to my parents. This simple rule prevents many manipulations before they start. When the plan collapses and confession comes, create a path of accountability, things written commitments, and a schedule for restitution. Healing needs structure. Without structure, the wound reopens. Do not be surprised if unexpected blessings arrive. Money job, help a supportive neighbor. These are heaven's compensations. Receive them with thanksgiving and practical stewardship, Michael says. Blessings that are stewarded wisely multiply. Keep teaching discernment, prayer, and boundary to your daughter. As life returns to normal, this season can be a holy formation that shapes her into a wise guardian of her destiny. Finally, declare this together as a family. By heaven's hand, our name is sealed. What was stolen is restored. Our future is guarded and multiplied. We walk in peace. Say it with hands joined and voices steady. This unites hearts and seals heaven's movement into your story. My child, this is more than a plan. It is a restoration strategy written by angels and approved by the throne. Follow it step by step. Trust the signs. Keep the timeline. Protect the child. Speak truth with mercy. Public prayer is a declaration that heaven is being invited to act openly. Michael's angels move faster where faith speaks together. Teach your daughter to respond to pressure with silence and a promise. I will not agree. I will speak to my parents. This simple rule prevents many manipulations before they start. When the plan collapses and confession comes, create a path of accountability, meetings, written commitments, and a schedule for restitution. Healing needs structure. Without structure, the wound reopens. Do not be surprised if unexpected blessings arrive. Money, job help, a supportive neighbor. These are heaven's compensations. Receive them with thanksgiving and practical stewardship, Michael says. Blessings that are stewarded wisely multiply. Keep teaching discernment, prayer, and boundary to your daughter as life returns to normal. This season can be a holy formation that shapes her into a wise guardian of her destiny. Finally, declare this together as a family. By heaven's hand, our name is sealed. What was stolen is restored. Our future is guarded and multiplied. We walk in peace. Say it with hands joined and voices steady. This unites hearts and seals heaven's movement into your story. My child, this is more than a plan. It is a restoration strategy written by angels and approved by the throne. Follow it step by step. Trust the signs. Keep the timeline. Protect the child. Speak truth with mercy. There is more to come. Specific prayers for the courtroom of family, prophetic phrases to speak over paperwork, and a list of signs that mean you should act now. Verses wait, stay, keep reading, keep praying,